Ever find yourself thinking back with regret? That was it. That was my moment, and I let it slip away. Perhaps somebody presented you with a golden chance, but you weren't quite prepared. Perhaps the perfect person entered your world at the worst possible time. Or perhaps you were so focused on waiting for everything to align perfectly that you completely missed the actual moment when it showed up. Let me tell you something real. Most people figure this out way too late. Opportunity doesn't schedule an appointment. It doesn't give you advance notice. It appears suddenly, without warning, and shows no mercy to those who aren't prepared. However, there exist certain individuals, exceptional individuals, who remain constantly prepared. And when opportunity presents itself just that one time, they swing open that door and walk straight into an entirely different existence. This is the account of one such individual. Stay right here with me till the very end. In a bustling metropolis packed with dreamers and ambitious souls, there existed an elegant restaurant known as the Sterling Oak. This was the type of establishment where major deals got sealed, where famous faces ate discreetly in secluded booths, where a single dinner could run you more than what certain people made in 7 days. And working at this restaurant was a 32-year-old server by the name of Daniel. Daniel had been serving tables for 8 years, not out of passion for bringing people food, but simply because he needed income while chasing his actual ambition, becoming a business consultant. He possessed a degree. He had completed professional courses. He had crafted presentations that nobody had ever laid eyes on. But connections? None. A major breakthrough? Absent. A stroke of good fortune? Never came. Most servers at the restaurant viewed the position as something temporary, something to endure until their genuine life could start. They'd arrive late, grumble about patrons, give the absolute minimum effort. Daniel, though, operated differently. Every single shift, Daniel put on his uniform like it was battle gear, impeccably pressed, shoes gleaming, name badge perfectly positioned. He memorized the menu like it was sacred text. He knew every single ingredient, every wine that paired with what, every backstory of each dish. His co-workers would mock him. "What's the point of trying this hard?" they'd question. "It's merely a server position. Nobody significant is paying attention." Daniel would grin and respond, "You can never tell who might be paying attention. You can never predict when today could actually count." The reality was that Daniel lived by a principle taught to him by his late grandfather, a man who had constructed a thriving business starting from absolutely nothing. The luckiest individuals on this planet aren't actually lucky. They're simply prepared. When opportunity shows up, it doesn't pause while you get yourself together. It only stops by for those who've already done the preparation. So Daniel prepared himself every single day. He studied business literature during his break times. He rehearsed his communication abilities looking at his reflection. He maintained his consulting portfolio current on his mobile device, despite months going by with nobody requesting to view it. Certain evenings, completely drained following a back-to-back shift, his roommate would wonder, "What makes you continue studying? What makes you keep preparing yourself? Nothing's actually happening." And Daniel would answer softly, "Not at this moment. But whenever it does occur, I'll be completely prepared." The city kept moving all around him. Opportunities landed in other people's laps. Individuals with the right connections, individuals with good fortune, individuals who happened to be positioned correctly at precisely the right moment. Still, Daniel continued preparing, continued waiting, stayed ready. One particular Friday night in November, the restaurant experienced unusually heavy traffic. Every single table was occupied. The kitchen had fallen behind schedule. 3 servers had phoned in claiming illness. The team was drowning, tense, barely managing to stay afloat. Daniel found himself handling double his typical section, gliding between tables with practiced efficiency, never revealing the stress he was experiencing. At precisely 8:47 in the evening, the restaurant manager hurried toward him, visibly anxious. "Daniel, I'm going to need you handling table 12. A VIP customer just entered. Robert Chin, the CEO of Titan Consulting Group. His usual server called out sick. Please just don't screw this up." Daniel's pulse quickened. That name was familiar to him. Titan Consulting Group ranked among the nation's largest business consulting companies. Robert Chen was legendary. The individual who had established a billion-dollar enterprise starting from zero, who had earned recognition for discovering talent in the most unlikely locations. This wasn't simply another table. This was opportunity. Stepping through that entrance without any warning. For just a brief instant, Daniel experienced fear. What happens if I say the wrong thing? What if my abilities aren't sufficient? What if this represents my single chance and I completely ruin it? Then he recalled, I've spent my whole life preparing for exactly this moment. I simply had no idea it would appear like this. He adjusted his necktie, drew in a deep breath, and proceeded toward table 12. Robert Chen sat by himself, examining documents displayed on his tablet, his face showing fatigue. He possessed that appearance of someone who had sat through excessive meetings, consumed excessive business meals, listened to excessive promotional pitches. Daniel approached displaying authentic friendliness, not anxious energy. Good evening, Mr. Chen. Welcome to the Sterling Oak. My name happens to be Daniel, and I'll be looking after you throughout this evening. Robert looked upward, offered a courteous yet disinterested acknowledgement. Daniel didn't force anything. He didn't attempt to create an impression. He simply performed what he'd always performed, delivered exceptional service. When Robert inquired about the salmon, Daniel didn't merely recite what appeared on the menu. He detailed the fish's source location, the chef's cooking technique, recommended a wine pairing noting specific characteristics that would enhance the dish, and noted that should Mr. Chen desire something less heavy, the sea bass had been outstanding that particular evening. Robert stopped, glanced up, truly observed Daniel for the initial time. You really know your menu. I believe in truly understanding my work, sir, regardless of what that work happens to be. All through the meal, Robert posed questions, some regarding food, some that felt like evaluations. Daniel responded to each one with knowledge, assurance, and modest confidence. Then, while dessert was being taken away, Robert said something Daniel hadn't anticipated. Tell me, Daniel, what occupies your time when you're not serving wine? This represented the moment Daniel had been preparing for without realizing it would arrive. He didn't stumble over words. He didn't apologize for being merely a server. He didn't make himself smaller. Rather, he stated plainly, I study business consulting, Mr. Chen. I hold a degree in business management. I've completed advanced training in organizational strategy, and I keep an active portfolio containing case study analyses. I work at this location because I'm still developing connections and awaiting the proper opportunity. However, I dedicate every available moment preparing myself for the day that opportunity makes its appearance. Robert examined him for an extended moment. Most individuals wait for opportunity to show up before they begin preparing. By that point, it's already too late. But you're approaching it in reverse. You're preparing during the waiting period. That's uncommon. He leaned backward, coffee cup in hand. Allow me to share something I discovered 30 years back when I stood exactly where you're standing right now. Robert reached inside his briefcase and extracted a small notebook, worn, pages folded at corners, obviously carried for many years. See this? He said, tapping the notebook. This represents my idea book. I've been carrying it for 3 full decades. The majority of pages contain thoughts I had while in waiting mode. Waiting for meetings, waiting for flights, waiting for my life to actually begin. He opened to a page he'd marked. This particular entry right here I wrote at age 28 while working as a junior analyst feeling completely stuck. I wrote, opportunity resembles rain. You cannot force it to come. You cannot dictate when it falls, but you can ensure that when it does fall, you're positioned there holding a bucket, not holding an umbrella. Daniel, most individuals move through life carrying umbrellas, protecting themselves from anything unexpected. They desire comfort, familiar routine, predictability. So when opportunity pours down, they shield themselves from it and complain about getting drenched. But the individuals who achieve success, they stand directly in the rain with arms wide open and empty buckets. They're prepared to capture every single drop, even when it arrives at inconvenient moments, even when it appears different from their expectations. He paused, allowing the comparison to register. You're standing here at 9 in the evening on a Friday, exhausted from working a double shift, And rather than rushing me out so you can head home, you're treating this interaction like it has significance. Because you understand something most people never grasp. Every single moment serves as an interview for your next opportunity. Daniel felt something shift into position. All those evenings studying despite exhaustion. All those additional efforts when nobody was observing. All that preparation when absolutely nothing was occurring. None of it was squandered. It was the bucket. And at this very moment, it was raining. Robert closed his notebook and gazed directly into Daniel's eyes. My company is launching a new division. We require someone who comprehends service excellence, who can examine systems, who understands how to engage with high-stakes clients, someone who's been preparing even without any guarantee it would result in anything. He slid a business card across the surface of the table. Come to my office this Monday at 9 in the morning. Bring along your portfolio. Let's determine if your preparation aligns with your attitude. Daniel accepted the card with controlled hands, despite everything within him shaking. Thank you, Mr. Chin. I'll definitely be there. Robert stood to exit, then rotated back one final time. Daniel, there were 5 additional waiters working in this restaurant tonight. Any one of them could have served me, but only you were ready when the moment presented itself. Remember that. And he departed. That evening, Daniel walked home in complete disbelief. His roommate discovered him at the kitchen table at 2 in the morning, portfolio laid out completely, rehearsing his presentation. Did something occur? His roommate questioned. Daniel glanced upward, eyes shining. Opportunity knocked, and I was ready. That weekend, Daniel didn't throw any celebration. He prepared himself. He reviewed every single case study in his portfolio. He researched Titan Consulting Group's latest projects. He rehearsed his interview answers. He pressed his finest suit. He prepared as though his entire life hung in the balance, because it absolutely did. Monday at 8:45 in the morning, Daniel stood outside Titan Consulting Group's headquarters. He had arrived early. He had prepared thoroughly. He was ready. The interview extended 2 full hours. Robert Chin posed challenging questions. Daniel responded using the knowledge he'd been gathering for years. Knowledge most individuals considered wasted on someone serving tables. But it wasn't wasted. It was an investment. At the conclusion of the interview, Robert spoke 5 words that transformed Daniel's life. When can you start working? 3 weeks afterward, Daniel wore completely different attire, business suit, company identification badge, consultant title. 6 months following that, he directed his first significant project. 1 year later, he received promotion to senior consultant. 2 years later, he was presenting at business conferences, instructing others regarding operational excellence. At a company gathering, a colleague asked him, "How did you manage to get so fortunate? How did Robert Chin himself discover you?" Daniel smiled, recalling that November evening. "I wasn't fortunate," he stated quietly. "I was ready. And when opportunity knocked just that one time, I opened that door." My friend, Daniel's story isn't about luck. It's about the philosophy that transformed his life and possesses the power to transform yours. Right at this very moment, you might find yourself waiting. Waiting for your major breakthrough. Waiting for someone to finally notice you. Waiting for life to truly commence. But here's the lesson Daniel learned and what I need you to comprehend. Opportunity doesn't arrive when you're ready. It arrives when it's ready. The sole question is, will you be ready when it makes its appearance? Remember 3 fundamental truths. First, every single moment represents preparation for your next opportunity. The manner in which you handle small things today is training for how you'll manage big things tomorrow. That seemingly meaningless job is teaching you skills you'll require later. That task nobody observes. Someone will notice it eventually. Excellence practiced in obscurity creates readiness for visibility. Second, opportunity appears nothing like what you anticipate. You imagine your major break will be unmistakable. A telephone call, an announcement, an obvious sign. But Daniel's opportunity appeared as a weary businessman on a Friday evening. It appeared ordinary. Most individuals miss their opportunities because they're anticipating something that appears more significant. Third, what separates fortunate people from unfortunate people is preparation. Fortunate people aren't blessed by destiny. They're individuals who remained ready while others became comfortable. They studied while others watched television. They practiced while others complained. They prepared when others questioned, "What's the point?" So here's your question that needs answering. When opportunity rains down upon your life, and it will, typically when you least anticipate it, will you be positioned there holding an umbrella, blocking it out? Or will you be positioned there holding an empty bucket, ready to capture every single drop? Starting right now, I want you accomplishing 3 things. 1. Select one skill that would hold significance in your dream opportunity. Invest 30 minutes today learning it, even if nobody's observing, even if it appears pointless. 2. Prepare your portfolio, whatever that signifies for your field. Update your resume. Practice your pitch. Organize your work samples. So when someone requests, "Show me your capabilities," you don't need to respond, "Give me a week to get it ready." 3. Treat every single moment like it could be the moment. That random conversation, that ordinary Tuesday, that person you nearly ignored, any of them could represent opportunity wearing a disguise. Because here's the reality Daniel learned while standing in that restaurant holding a business card. The world rewards individuals who are ready before they need to be. You cannot control when opportunity arrives. You cannot force it to appear, but you can control whether you're prepared when it does. And that creates all the difference. If this story served as your reminder to stop waiting and start preparing, share it with someone who needs hearing it. Leave a comment telling me what's the one skill you're going to prepare today, even though your opportunity hasn't shown up yet. Let's become individuals who remain always ready. Until next time, remember, opportunity doesn't wait for you to be ready. So be ready before opportunity arrives. Your bucket is in your hands. Stand in the rain. And if you found value in our video, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content.